Good afternoon. Today I'd like to do a book review. I listen to a ton of books on audible.com every year, listen to a lot of podcasts. So I want to maybe start doing some of these book reviews because I like books that have more than one meaning, and I like to be able to get what I got out of it and see where it'd be helpful. So there's a book that on the surface is incredibly helpful. It's called Rejection Proof. I don't know how to pronounce the gentleman's name, so I don't want to sound like an idiot doing that. So I'll put a link to his book down in the description when I get a chance. But the concept of the book is the gentleman who the author was of Asian descent. He came to the United States and had a lot of stuff happen. He eventually got his ultimate goal was to be a entrepreneur. He ended up in a corporate marketing job, really good salary, living a good life by most accounts, but was very unhappy. So he wanted to start his own business or in the tech world, and he had some really good ideas, and he shares several of those. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the way it's written as well. But this idea that he was going to do this, go into business, he found the right people, but he had to get funding, and when it came time to the funding, he got rejected, and he just was ready to quit. And part of the concept that he discovered is his fear of rejection, which is a very common fear, right under fear of public speaking, fear of rejection. I think in fear of rejection probably is the underlying cause of public speaking fear. We have a tendency to be horrified at being rejected. There's a chemical process that takes place with rejection that I will not bore you with, but it is, we don't want to be rejected. I know in most areas of my life, I really have gotten past that. There's still a few areas of my life that I stay away from anything that I can get rejected from, because there's an ego attack, and again, there's a lot of reasons why we don't like rejection. So this gentleman came up with an incredible idea. It was inspired by something he saw on the web, but he went out and he wanted to do exposure therapy. So he made a 100-day effort to go out and be rejected every day. And some of the stories are just amazing. I love how he shared. And as each time he got rejected, he was shocked that, in the beginning it happened just like he thought. He got rejected. He was horrified by it. But he eventually desensitized to it, and he started to discover there was a whole lot more to it than just being rejected. He realized there was more opportunity, and he was shocked at some of the things he got yeses to. And then he started just seeing how he started doing better with, and fear of rejection for him greatly dwindled. So the book, about the whole concept of what it discusses, he does the deepest dive I've ever read into the concept of human rejection. So on that point, it really matters. But what I really want to look at from my perspective is, my new book that I've been working on endlessly for the last 3 years. It's called the Law of Action. And one of the concepts that I always believe is taking action and not getting stuck on outcomes, but whatever, there's really no wrong action, just take action. So this is a hidden story in the book to me, and he touches on it, but I want to, if you ever get a chance to talk to this guy, I really like the fact he set out to be an entrepreneur and to work on this one idea he had, which was a good idea. But along the way, he realized that he had a fear of rejection, so he started working on that. Well, his whole direction changed, and he became the rejection guy. He has a blog and a website, and he's done a TED Talk. He's just a really good, seems like a really likable guy. But his fame and wealth was a result of something that was a mistake, or not really a mistake, but it was something it wasn't what he was trying to do. But by taking action, it led him to the next thing, that led him to the next thing. I really believe that we get stuck on concepts and we don't want to take any action. If you get into your car and the GPS, if I tell you to meet me in Tampa at Hooters in Tampa, then I don't know why I use that reference. But anyway, if I tell you to meet you there, my Waze app will tell me how to do it. It'll tell me where to go. It'll go step by step. Even if I make a wrong turn, it will turn me around and redirect me. The only requirement is there's movement. The law of action asks that you just take movement. We get stuck in no movement. I try to get my clients to move and then allow it to adjust. The universe has an amazing way of filling the void, but it takes us to get off our ass and do a little movement. So I really encourage you to read this book, first of all, and second, think about the dual meaning of this book. I really loved it. Hope you enjoyed it as well. Thanks a lot.